Open Door Rx is a full-service pharmacy specializing in delivery. We're 100% locally owned by a doctor and a pharmacist who put the patient first. And we're committed to changing the industry for you. As a doctor and a pharmacist, we started this pharmacy because we saw a problem. We saw a patient who was admitted to the hospital. He was treated, and then he was sent home. But a few weeks later, we saw him back at the hospital. So we asked him, "Why aren't you taking your medication?" And he told us he couldn't even drive to the pharmacy anymore, so he couldn't pick up his medication. And his son worked the night shift, so he didn't want to wake him during the day. So instead, he did without, sacrificing his own health and sending him right back to our door. And this happens way too often. But it doesn't have to be this way. So we asked, why is it so difficult to get medication? First, you get sick, and then you visit a doctor when you're feeling your worst. And any amount of time in a waiting room is too long when you're sick. Then you have to visit a pharmacy, and you wait again. Finally, you can get your meds and make your way back home to start getting well. But this process is too time-consuming. So at Open Door Rx, we fixed it. Now when you get sick, you visit a doctor, and then you immediately get home to get well. We'll deliver the medication you need right to your door, so you don't have to deal with the stress and headache of driving all over town. You can move right on to getting well. But this isn't the only process we're improving. We know your hotel guests have specific needs too. Something as small as a minor cold can take a whole day to deal with as your guests search for a doctor and a pharmacy. Many guests forget their medication, lose it, or just run out while they're away. You may be working hard to make your guests' experience worthwhile, but the anxiety brought on by dealing with traditional doctors and pharmacies can undo all of your hard work. At Open Door Rx, we have solutions. We'll send a doctor right to your guest's room as soon as they start feeling sick. We'll make sure we bring along the medication they need so everything is taken care of in one stop. We'll call doctors, dispense refills, and even send over our own doctor if we have to, just to make sure your guests have their regular medications. Your guests' experiences are valuable. Don't let medication problems bring them down. Currently, when your guests get sick, they have to search for a doctor in an unfamiliar city. Then find a way to get to that doctor. Once they get there, they'll have to wait in a waiting room instead of relaxing on the beach. And when they're done, they'll have to search for a pharmacy. And then figure out how to get there too, where they'll wait again for their prescriptions to be filled. Once they have their meds, they can finally get back to their hotel room to recover. But Open Door Rx can simplify the process. Now when your guests get sick, we'll send the doctor right to them, and we'll deliver the meds they need. Because every minute your guests save is another chance for them to make the memory of a lifetime. We're committed to making the process easier for us all. We focus on the patient, making sure they get a hassle-free experience. We focus on you, our customer, finding ways to make your job easier and more efficient. And we focus on the process as a whole to make life run a little smoother for us all. We're Open Door Rx, and we do things differently.